name is Jennifer Kite Powell, and I am a senior tech contributor for Forbes. And I'm also the contributor to this new book from Digital Future Society, Faster Than the Future. We've all become Big Brother now. And what I mean by that is, if you think about all of the ways that you interact with your devices and all of the passive agreements that you make, you're really giving away a lot of control to people that you don't know. But what you're doing also is you're becoming this sort of surveillance state on your own. It's not just the government's watching you anymore, it's also companies watching you. A lot of people say to me, how can you not be on Facebook? And I'm like, well, how can you be on Facebook? How can you choose to share every click, every like, all of that data? Like, why is that okay with you? I think the balance is really taking control and realizing that, yes, these are tools that help us and they do make our lives simpler. They do keep us connected, but there is a price for that. I think in this era of COVID and all of the activities happening around the world, I mean, facial recognition can be something that can help, solve crimes, can bring people to justice, but can also be used for persecution for cultural groups, political groups. I do think that in many ways we are living in this sort of mild version of a dystopian society, but I also kind of don't think we care too much right now. I wonder what it will take for us to begin to see sort of the sellout and the cost of that, because we're sort of just letting it flow over us. There was Aldous Huxley had said, about 50 years ago, he had said that technology was going to be okay by us, that we would just sort of roll over us and be addicted to it and not worry about it. Where George Orwell had said exactly the opposite. He said, we're going to fight it. We're not going to want it. We're going to reject it. And if you look at where we are now on the whole, we've definitely just let it roll over us. What I think makes a difference in this huge tide of data, your personal data that's out there being commoditized and being collected without your knowledge, or with your knowledge and you don't care, are groups like the Digital Future Society. The reason is because there's so much information out there, and a lot of times I think consumers get lectured to. And a lot of times, they talk from a very academic or a very, pointed way of saying this is going to happen to you and this is bad. What the Digital Future Society does is it takes these digital world problems and puts them in real life scenarios so that I believe consumers can start to say, hey, wait, maybe that is something I should think about.